Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Carrying on the EMP solar flare back in Canada. So if Rob is saying that NASA has all these vehicles, and Ollie has just actually pulled it up and shown us a little clip that NASA have all these old school vehicles, mechanical, petrol diesel vehicles in the gap. How many would you say there were there? There's hundreds. Yeah. Well, so is there an issue with the Wi-Fi? Right. So all these old school vehicles. Now, what happened in the 80s with the sun? A solar mass ejection. It hit and took out the whole of Canada. So this is why they've got things like the solar observatory and stuff like that, so they know it. Because every 11 years, the sun, its gravitational field as it goes around, it winds up over every 11-year period, and that's when it's like a rubber band going around it, and then after 11 years of tension and stress, it snaps and sends shit our way, which are magnetosphere, which bounces off, and you see the reaction with the atmosphere, and you get the different beautiful colours of the aurora borealis, the southern lights and the northern lights, because they are down south as well, but because we're not that nobody down there, yeah. So it fried a lot of electrics and the electrical grid system. So they got all this now. So as a backup, NASA's doing that. Because when everything goes electric, and this is where they're pushing for everything to go electric, and there's another scenario like that, or it could all be controlled, shutting down the grid system, or terrorist attack can happen on a power station and knock out places for hundreds of miles, thousands of square miles, whatever it may be.
You shut down the internet in any country, they're screwed. No money, no nothing.
Well, this is what I'm saying. They've become dependent on the internet, as the governments of the world are trying to go forth to dominate and control your movements in the vehicle. Because what is that? There's a law, a 15-mile law. You heard about this? Oh man, I got to do a bit.
Do you mean 15-minute city?
15-minute city. Sorry, you can't be more than 15 minutes from where you live. Is that what that?
Well, you can, but you won't need to. Is the plan?
Yeah. What it is, they want you to stay within a 15-minute radius of where you live.
Why?
Right? Control.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously I don't live in the Abbey anymore. So for me to come out of my zone, I'd have to get a permit to be able to travel to work.
Yeah.
It's a bit Gestapo-ish,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah. You're allowed, I think they were saying like 100 journeys in your car outside of your 15-minute zone, right? But it's not per car, it's per household.
Isn't that what Sunak is trying to push?
They're basically saying we don't want to look at poor people anymore.
It'd be all this stuff bringing in, yeah.
They want to live in Zone A, don't they? That's what it is. They're going to comfortably live in Zone A.
Oxford,
funding all of the.
He's the first one, apparently. It's all been set up. They're going to trial it in Oxford.
Why would they want to do that? That is big-time infringement of your freedom.
Google
they
it.
don't care.
I know.
And we've seen it in films where they have the zones, and all it is that if you are wealthy, then you want to keep everything as far away from you, because all they can do is take from you. So for us, they've got nowhere to climb, but for us, we got everything to gain, nothing to lose. Whereas they've got everything to lose and nothing to gain. They're going to do everything to widen that gap. And if that means dead zones between Zone A and Zone B, and B can't cross into A.
Hunger Games, mate.
Exactly.
Logan's Run.
It's like as if we don't know.
Timeless.
It's like as if we don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's obvious.
Mate, it's...
And you're right, the cars will start, but after the EMP, not during.
Not during it.
Yeah.
As soon as it stops,
they'll
start up.
They'll start up, yeah.
So this is where...
But the electric cars won't.
No, they'll be fucked.
What is the agenda? Why? I mean, God,
it's not just electric cars. It's all modern motors. If you've got an ECU in your car that runs your engine, it's going to fry that. So that's not going to start again.
But if you don't you have to disconnect the battery?
I don't know. But like most motors now, if you've got one of them OBD readers, you've got a computer running your motor, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So therefore,
Shit,
they can still track you through that shit. It must be out.
Yeah.
Right? But you get an old school car where you put
like a human Avenger.
Anything.
Or
Any old motor where you put a battery on, positive, negative, crank it over and it starts, you're safe. And they don't want them on the road because apparently they pollute too much and all that bollocks.
Mate, it's all balls. Ladies and gentlemen out there, it's all a load of bollocks. Oh, God. Listen, if you dudes, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in, do your research. Don't trust us. You know?
Definitely don't trust us.
You know, do your research. And when we're on again next week, when we try to go live again, and hopefully we will, you know, please write in on the chat and let us know what's going on. I'm so sorry for the YouTube listeners, watchers who have been watching us on YouTube for the past hour or two. The battery died out, and again, sorry for the Mickey Mouse operation that I'm running here. Hopefully, it's going to get better with time. It's a learning curve. Right, so, dudes, that's EV vehicles. I think they're a waste of space. I mean, they're harmful to the environment with their poison of the mercury of the batteries into the soil and lithium.
Cobalt.
And what's that one?
Cobalt mines.
Cobalt mines.
Well, if you look at Ford, right? If you look at their truck, their Lightning, the electric Lightning truck, they can't give them away in America. Cannot give them away. The people have spoken because they're no good. They don't want them.
I work for fleet over 200 vehicles plus, and all that we're moving the fleet towards EV because you have to, but they're all off the road. They're not operational.
You can't charge them, can you?
Well, we have issues with charging. We have issues. They're off what we call VOR, vehicle off the road. They're off the road constantly. You know, they're not reliable. They can't do what, you know, the regular Arctics can do. They cost 3 times as much.
So
there's no savings.
How much weight in a tractor unit to pull a trailer now?
Yeah.
Would you need?
That's the thing. You have a 44-ton semi trailer, you know, but half of that's going to be eaten up by batteries. So that'll only be, you'll have like maybe 38 or 26 because you're not getting as much because there's a limit. So you can only, if you exceed that limit.
You've got your gross weight. Yeah. You've got your payload, your gross weight. Yeah. And then, if you're tractor unit.
And that's getting eaten up by batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to take
so
this.
So it costs 3 times as much. They're not operational. They're always off the road. They always need servicing. Servicing costs more. The vehicles cost more.
Whoa. What kind of service does an electric vehicle need?
No,
there's no mechanical.
In commercial, no. But in commercial, when you're dealing with commercial side, you have to have every 8 weeks or 10 weeks, depending on the vehicle. You have to have what's known as a safety service, legally compliant.
You see, I can understand maybe the moving joints of the wheels,
whatever it is, it's like a little MOT.
Yeah, but it's every 10 weeks or 8 weeks, depending on the vehicle. It can change. You can do it to 6 weeks if it's an old vehicle. But it's a legal compliance, like part of the legal compliance. The vehicle cannot go on the road if it hasn't had its 6 weekly or 8 weekly or 10 weekly check, depending on the vehicle. So they have to maintain that as well, just for an electric vehicle as well. Brake checks, weight checks, checks, safety checks, everything. You know. So, but these vehicles, we're getting rid of them. We're scrapping them.
And what are you going into?
We're sticking with the commercial vehicles. The
diesel.
Yeah. 7.5 tons, 4-ton Arctics, we're sticking with them.
You know, it's this righteous.
But the movement is towards that. So we're slowly progressing towards the EVs, but right now, it's not working.
It's not working because the infrastructure's not there, mate.
Not just the infrastructure.
You know,
they're not operational. They break. They don't work.
I've seen a few Teslas broken down.
You give a driver, this is your vehicle today. They say, I don't want that. I want the regular vehicle. Because they know they're going to sit 2 hours on the side of the road waiting to get rescued.
Turning them down, but they're making you use companies are making you use them.
Mate, my friend, right, he drives an electric van for his job, right? And I said, yo, what about when you have to charge it up and stuff like that? He goes, you know what? I'm doing it on their time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take it to the petrol station where they've got the chargers.
Yeah,
exactly. Plug it in. Yeah. If it takes an hour, it takes an hour. You know, with these rapid chargers, I sit there, go and have something to eat. It's not my lunch. Do you know what I'm saying? The thing needs charging.
Yeah.
So
what can they say? They can't say nothing.
No. Nothing they can say.
You're not doing it in your own time.
No. What, you crazy? You think I'm going to go?
For a driver, it's called period of availability. So that means they're paid to sit and wait, but they have to stay with the vehicle. It's called a period of availability. They're not allowed to leave the vehicle unattended, but they have to stay with their vehicle attended, and it's called a period of availability.
Whatever it may be, isn't that killing the economy a little bit? You know, in efficiency.
Yeah,
you're not being very efficient with one's time.
On the Teslas, what's the handbrake like? Is it just like a little switch?
I can't remember, mate. It's a fucking computer.
No, I've got a switch on my
in
one.
The van, it's a little switch.
Yeah, but my it's electric handbrake.
It makes me paranoid.
You can't do.
Yeah, I think they're dangerous. Them.
You can't do a handbrake.
Can't beat a decent cable. How can you do a decent handbrake turn with one of them fucking switches?
Exactly.
No, I had a Range Rover. Me and Stuart had a Range Rover. We had one of them little switches on that for the handbrake. On a handbrake, it was
a big car like that.
Yeah, horrible.
Weird. Yeah, big car like that. It was.
And then
it was a little switchy.
And then when you put the accelerator, it goes off, doesn't it?
Yeah, clicks off.
So you
EMP
touch that,
goes and you're rolling.
Yeah, but you don't even have to do that. If you just literally flip that accelerator for whatever reason and forget about that handbrake having an automatic release, it's ridiculous.
Well, see, I have a couple of times when I've reversed that in my garage, and it's the handbrakes. Excuse me, the electric handbrake is on. And you feel a little judder, you know, and then it just like let you go. I was like, oh shit, I should have just done that. And it's got, I mean, it's the first car I've ever had that's got a electric handbrake. You know, switch. My Audi.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and you can go and it automatically comes off, doesn't it?
And it's got that hill start thing on there, which not hill start. It's like automatic handbrake. So as you can leave it on as you go up the hill. And you take your foot off the accelerator, it just brakes by itself. And then when you're ready to go on again, you accelerate and it automatically releases, you know, which is smart, but I never use it. I'm old school. I clutch and petrol, control.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a lot to be said for me in a negative way regarding these EVs. You know, I don't know anybody who's been positive about it. The only people who can afford to buy a good EV, because man, those Audi Eons, they are beautiful.
The Porsche one as well.
The Porsche is what?
Yeah,
the Audi Eon. The A5 one is just beautiful, you know. And I was like, I wonder if they do that in a diesel. Not that I can afford it. I mean, those electric ones, they're 120 grand for an Audi, you know. It's a GT. That's the Audi GT Eon. Beautiful motor, check that out. Oh, but the thing is,
120 bags.
Yeah,
mad.
It is for a fucking vehicle. But then again, who are buying these cars? It's not your geezer on the council estate in Hackney. No,
I bet you don't even get a free charge lead with it either.
Not with Audi.
No, I bet you have to pay one separately.
No, they probably offer to come a bit of thing in your hand.
Yeah, but sometimes there's some don't come with it.
I mean, if you don't do that on the, what can you give me, more paid or the special tires or whatever. Go for 120. I want someone to come fit an EV charger at my house.
Mate, I went to Audi's to service my vehicle.
That's the only way it's going to be good for
and a geezer.
Your house.
And the geezer the geezer come out. Right, with a fucking shirt and tie, and he's like, "Oh well, you know, your service is X amount of hundreds." Listen, I was laughing in my head from when he turned out with a shirt and tie.
He's pulled out his laptop to fix your car.
Yeah,
so as well, they call there's punch ups for the chargers for people. People have punch ups. Arguing.
What, in the petrol station?
Yeah,
I bet they do because they're waiting and they're getting frustrated.
People come along and unplug it and plug theirs in. And all
you know
that
what's
stuff.
dangerous, right? If you let your missus going along, like, say your missus or your bird or whatever was going to go on a long journey, one of them, they've got to plan their route safely because you can't pull in, just charge up and go. Like you pull in for petrol, you're going to have to sit on a service station on your own.
This happens to my missus.
It's not right.
Fiat 500 electric one. She just
Fiat 500 is electric.
You can get electric ones, yeah. Honestly, it's fucking love the car. Just hated the ag.
Yeah,
like, literally what Rob said. It's happened to her.
This is bollock. This is why.
Yeah, but like you said, the only way to do it is to have a charge it overnight at home. you'll have a full battery every time you go out. So you're gonna have
Fellas, sorry guys, we're coming to the end of this one already. Where is the time going?